The Philippine Islands, located in Southeast Asia, are home to a rich and diverse culture of around 100 million people. But how did the prehistoric era in the Philippines pave the way for the development of pre-colonial civilizations? Hi, I'm Jeric C. Batolinao, and we will talk about the prehistoric and pre-colonial architecture in the Philippines. When we dig further into the Philippines' rich history, we should not overlook the interesting ancient maps that shed the light on how prehistoric people viewed and navigated their environment. So these ancient maps provide an insight into the geographical knowledge, trading routes, and cultural exchange of prehistoric and pre-colonial Philippine communities, despite its common simplification when compared with modern mapping. So as you can see, there's no Philippine Islands on the map yet, because early cartographers and explorers had limited geographical knowledge and often relied on oral traditions, travelers' accounts, and incomplete observations. The precise details of distant islands like the Philippines were often unknown or inaccurately depicted. So in here, this is the updated map of the world. As you can see, there is already a Philippine Islands. This was in the 15th century or the 16th century when explorers circumnavigated the world and became more aware of the islands. So this event occurred during the Renaissance. It was during this period that European explorers searched the entire globe for the Spice Island. And this is the time that they found the Philippine Island, which is the Espanyol. And did you know that the Espanyol gave the name Philippine to us? The name Philippine was given to the islands to honor King Philip II. The Spanish explorers and colonizers used his name to refer to the archipelago, its people, and its culture. Over time, the name became widely accepted and continues to be used today to refer to the country and its citizens. So, did you know that the first modern humans living in the islands were called Aborigines? These were the indigenous peoples who inhabited the Philippine archipelago long before the arrival of Spanish colonizers, and they were the hunters and gatherers. Their way of life was closely tied to the natural environment, and they relied on hunting animals, fishing, and gathering plants and other resources for their sustenance. Then the Spaniards came to the Philippines, and they saw Aborigines people and they called them the Negritos, because Negritos in Espanol is a little black man. And did you know that the Negritos has been in the Philippines for about 50,000 years already? So their presence in the region represents one of the earliest known human population in the Philippines and Southeast Asia as a whole. Another significant group in the history of the Philippines is the Austronesian people. Unlike the Negritos, who are considered indigenous to the Philippines, the Austronesian peoples are believed to have migrated to the islands of Taiwan thousands of years ago. These migrations marked an important moment in the cultural and demographic landscape of the Philippines. So who are these Austronesian people? So they have brown skin, black straight hair, which literally look like us Filipinos. So here are the tribals in the different parts of the Philippines. So this is the map of the tribals in different islands of the Philippines. The Austronesian people migrating 5,000 years ago shaped the tribes and cultures in Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands, forming distinct communities. So in short, this started the tribals here in the Philippines, and this is the start of the pre-colonial era in the archipelago. In the pre-colonial stage, in this era, the people learned how to farm rice and trade with each other. The islands have already kingdoms, and there has been trading between islands, also internationally, like China, Taiwan, and etc. In this era, they also have regions, politics, and societies. As you can see that even before the Spain came to colonize our islands, we already had the wealth and the intelligence. Since we engaged in trade at the same time as China, Taiwan, and the other countries that surrounding us, we were just intelligent as them. And in the pre-colonial period, we also refer to the pre-colonial architecture as vernacular architecture, or the architecture that did not use formal studies, that they relied in common sense in building structures back then. So, here are the examples of pre-colonial architecture in the Philippines. First, we have the Bahay Kubo or the Payag. Indigenous tribes called it cube. This Bahay Kubo is made out of nipa, wood, and bamboo. Next, we have the Ifugao House, a one-room structure characterized by its distinctive high-pitched thatch roof and sturdy wooden construction. Next, in Ifugao also, the Ifugao ancient megastructure or the Banawe rice terraces, built by the Ifugao people, consisting of terrace fields carved into the mountain sides for rice cultivations, showcasing advanced engineering and agricultural knowledge. So these mountains believed to be about 2,000 years old. Next, we have the Bontok House or Afung. This was built directly on the ground. Rectangular shape, raised floor, and sturdy wooden construction with thatch roof also. So this is designed for communal living. Next, the Kalinga House, characterized by its steeply pitched roof, raised floors, and intricate carvings. Next, we have Kankanay and Ibaloy House. This is an elevated, square, one-room house of the Konkani and Ibaloy tribes. It has 4 thick posts supporting a timber upper roof and a steep cave-type roof of common grass. Next, Sagada House. Very similar with Bontok House because the ground floor is also used for eating, sleeping, cooking, and working. And because of its steep roof, only a small portion of wall can be seen from the outside, as you can see here. And this protects the occupants from the cold weather in that area. The Bajau House. Sea-dwelling tribe known as sea nomads. They have been floating off the shores of the Southeast Asia for centuries now. And they are the nomadic tribe, and they live in stilt huts or boat houses on shallow waters, and they make their living from traditional free diving for fish and pearls. Shaman houses, similar to the Bajau house, but the improved version. Also built in water, this can be seen in the coastal areas of southern Mindanao, Palawan, Zamboanga Peninsula, and Sulu Archipelago. Lastly, we have the Yakan House. It's a rectangular plan with a very large area, so the typical Luma house is 50 square meters in area, very spacious and 2 meters above the ground. As we look back into the prehistoric and pre-colonial stage or eras in the Philippines, it reveals a rich tapestry of cultures and architectural wonders, showcasing the ingenuity and heritage of its people. From ancient maps to intricate tribal structures, each element adds depth to the captivating story of the Philippine history. And so that's it for the prehistoric and pre-colonial architecture of the Philippines. Thank you for watching.